Hello, people, and today I'm going to show you probably the one of the more interesting games that I've had in the DO335. This is the premium version at 5.7 to go along with a 5.7 lineup. Um, I highly recommend getting this airplane. I Out of all of the ones that I have at the same tier or thereabouts, which would be the Focke-Wulf 190. Um, And I mean the 219, but that's a 4.3 rank 4. I don't have the JU-288, which is a bomber. Um, I I picked this thing over top of having those two at a 5.7. Now, if you have played the DO335A1 and the A0, you're going to know how this plane handles. It is the same thing, just with more guns and, the bombs, but the A0 or the A1, excuse me, can get the bombs, but it can't get access to the 20 mils. It only has the 15s and 130, and the A0 does not have access to the bombs, but can change from the 15 millimeter to the 20 millimeter, which is what I recommend doing because the 1.5 mils are probably the best 20 mils in the game. But why is the DO335 B2 special? Because it gets access to the MK103s. Now, the MK103s are on both of the other DO335s, but you only get one each, and it's on the 219 and the ME410 B6 R3 and the Horton 229. Um, but you get three of them, and if you don't know why those guns are special, it's because of this belt. It is a pure 100% only HVAP belt. Every single round that comes out of that belt is a high velocity armor piercing shell. And you can see the penetration on screen right now. This is why it is such an important thing to run if you want to help your team from the air to the ground. Like, ground pounding in this thing is so satisfying. Now you can be countered by AA and having other players in other airplanes that are specifically either coming for you or they're in a fighter specifically trying to get rid of you. Now, they're it's not going to really affect this airplane if you don't play it in tank realistic. If you want to go straight into uh, air realistic, this plane will hold its own. Like, it's going to do good. Boom and zoom tactics work really well in this airplane. You can bomber hunt, boom and zoom, and then hit the ground pounding for extra points. But in a tank realistic battle lineup at 4 or 5.7, excuse me, you're going to have fun. There's no way around it. You have a lot of rounds. You have 350 for the 30s and 400 for the 20s, and then two 250s and one 500 if you want. That's what I took. So we're gonna get into this replay right here. Go in there really quick. I can only get 5 kills, but it's just, if you've never seen this airplane and you've never played it, and if you watch somebody, it is like poetry in motion. This thing gets kills easily. Now we're gonna zoom it up 8 speed because takes me a minute for the game to start, and I'm in the Tiger H1, and you're getting ready to see me and this tank have a pissing contest at 500 kilometers away from each other. And I'm the only one who really goes to B. Didn't expect me to survive, honestly, because I thought I was going to get rushed by Hellcats, but that's me and him. I shot at him. He hasn't quite shot back yet. Bounces off my turret. I didn't realize this was an E2 at first, and I think that if I was in the Tiger E, which gets access to APCRs, probably could have got away with getting some shots into him, but unfortunately I didn't take that and got the Tiger H1. Then he got one into me and killed my driver. We're good now though. I'm just bouncing back and forth trying to just get one somewhere. If I can't get in the machine gun port, maybe turret or something. I got fairly close to the machine gun port that time, but I was going to see if I could sneak one right in there, but no dice. So hit one right there. I probably should have realized by that time that it was the E2. So he got one into me. That other shot could have came from him. It may not have, but he damaged my turret ring and took out the two people in my turret. So me and him shooting at each other and bouncing off of each other pretty much got me a decent amount of points. Now, I'm not sure what is behind him, and I'm not sure what they're shooting at, but they're not really doing anything to anybody, and I'm the only one here. So, and I didn't see this M26 over here, and he never shot at me once. So, I don't know what he's looking at or who he's engaging, but try some side scraping on this water tank right here, or whatever kind of thing this is, a silo of some sorts. E2 is a very good tank, and you can see from here I'm struggling to work with this guy at this distance, but there's just nothing I can do about it. I'm trying really hard right now. I'm not sure what rounds he's shooting at me either. I'm assuming that it could be an APCR or something like that, or a solid shot. I'm not that I don't know exactly what rounds he gets. It's been a while since I've played that tank, so um, anyways, there's an M18 right here who I didn't know what he was doing, and I don't know if he knew what he was doing, but I got one into him, and at this point, I definitely have enough to get into the airplane, so I'm not going to J out. I'm going to try a few more times just to see if I can get one in him and kill him, but I don't. He's going to kill me here in a second. It's not this shot. He bounces off my gun man at that time or the roof of my turret, but he's going to get me there. So, 855, Sherman E2, everybody, 500 kilometers, Tiger H1 struggle. Well, I struggled, but it's whatever. I'm not concerned. So, the teams at this point are pretty even. There's not, it's not being one-sided right now. Yeah, we have domination of 2 points, but that can change fairly quickly, as everyone knows. But and I was a little confused here because I was like, I took the 500 too. Where is it at? And I didn't know that I forgot that there was a bomb door. Like I didn't realize that there was the bomb bay doors down there, and I felt kind of dumb. But so, anyways, I see that airplane getting shot at, and I thought it was AA. Didn't realize it was just 50 cals off of a vehicle because obviously, let me push these over. I can't see the red names or anything. I can't see that. So here comes my first kill. Now this is an M18, and I don't need all this pin to get through him, but just watch how quickly this happens. And I come in at a horrible angle, like I almost didn't get him, but he's gone. He's just done right there. So the guy who killed me is actually going down towards this point right here, going towards A. Watch how quickly this happens. This is faster than the first one. I come in at a way better angle. And at 500 kilometers, I engage him, and I try to drop 2 bombs on the T-25, which, by the way, I wouldn't really need to, you know, kill him with bombs. I could get him with the MK-103s. It's just that this gun, or these guns, like this setup, is so deadly for CAS, like for the tanks on the ground at this tier, especially America, that if you're American and or you're playing as the American tank and you start seeing B2s come in, you really need to get those things down because somebody who is good in that is going to destroy your team. And as you can see, like I'm not the best. I feel like I'm fairly decent, but this thing is stupid good. And I mean, there's other airplanes that can take it down, but I mean, it can hold its own in dogfights and stuff like that. Like, there's nothing holding this airplane back from being in just a fighter role. Yeah, I mean, it's a lot heavier. Um, it can climb fairly well. It's fairly fast. Excuse me. But So I just need to watch out for the enemy planes basically that are starting to come in, and that's the dude who killed me, and then I killed him, and I come in at a horrible angle. Like, don't ever try to, like, if you get too close. I get one hit on his wing, by the way. But if you're ever coming in and you start getting that angle and you try to like lean it into them, you're not really going to get the front of the airplane down to do it. So I wouldn't try that. I would, you know, recenter, turn, like go draw the distance out, turn around, re-engage from a better angle. And as you can see right here now, if I was shooting maybe some like high explosive things, I would have been able to kill him. But I put some more into him and destroyed his tail. So um, you can see that this airplane is very good. So there's an airplane behind me shooting at me. I see that my AA is up and is trying to engage him. So I turn over um, and turn down into him so he can get the shots in on him. And he flies right into the mountain right there. And the F6F is starting to come in and try to get rid of our guys. Now, I'm pretty damaged, not as bad as I could be. My engines are fine. I've lost a lot of energy in those turns, but I lost a lot of altitude too, so I kind of need to watch what I'm doing because in a turn I'm going to lose my speed. And I am damaged, so my turning is not going to be as good as it could be. Now the F6F is turning back this way, and if it hadn't have been, actually no, he was not turning towards me. He was going the opposite way. When I was playing, I thought he was coming to me, so I dropped under these rocks so he wouldn't come in, like uh, turn downwards and just like pop me and then pop back up because he's a lot more maneuverable than I am. But um, this entire time, that even when I watched the replays back and was in the game up until this point, I thought he was coming towards me, but not really worried about my engines overheating. I never have to really worry about that in this aircraft every time I've played it so far. Um, there's an airplane up there. I didn't know it was a BF-109, but it is. Um, and by the way, the guy who killed me at the beginning and then I swiped his Sherman. He's in an M36 right now. I could have dropped down and got that M4 right there, but I didn't. I think I was looking at the map to see who needed help the most, and as you can see, we've only lost three-quarters of our tickets. We're controlling every single one of the zones. F-82 is coming down to get rid of our AA, and he's doing his best to avoid it, but he gets it and then crashes into the ground. So the guy who killed me, I killed him, is back. He shot our Tiger. Tiger couldn't fight him, and then I come in and save him, and he's repairing. So, as you can see, there's the AM1, which I'm gonna start playing that a little bit. I feel like that's gonna be a pretty good ground attack. I'll see though. But this game's getting ready to end, and you can see they have spawned the very first anti-air of the entire game right as they lose, and that is a case of too little, too late, and they should have done that a long time ago. So, would I recommend this vehicle? Totally, 100%. Get it. But first, if you want to see how like the Dorniers fly, just work your way through the tree and try it that way. There's nothing wrong with ground pounding in these things, and you can do it at a lower tier to see if you're going to like it. Now you're only going to get 70 shots per go with MK103s, but you'll have 20 mils to back you up, and so yeah. This side leads down to the G91, which I do have, and I do have the Nords on it, and I am hoping to get a video out about this thing because I love this jet. It is awesome. Beforehand, ground pounding at fairly high tiers pretty much went for most people was the Arado for bombs, and then for me, which for 6.7 and 7 to 8 is going to be HO and the 22 or 262. But anyways, guys, if you enjoyed this and want to get this airplane, or you have something that you want me to play, let me know and I'll do it. But until next time, I'll see you later.